Hello everyone, myself Virendra Sharma, faculty for Public Administration at Vajiram and Ravi. Today we are going to discuss some of the common doubts which every student will have with respect to the selection of an optional subject. And in this discussion, I will make you aware about what is Public Administration optional, what is the benefit of choosing this optional subject in the UPSC, what is the use of an optional subject in the civil services examination, and how this optional can help you in order to make your journey easy in the civil services prelim stage, main stage, as well as the interview stage. Let us begin on these ideas one by one in the same sequence and followed by who can choose this optional subject. All these queries we will try to discuss in this today's video. Fine. So let me just begin with that. What is the use of an optional subject in civil services examination? So when we talk about on this use, every optional will play a role at a stage of mains, where the weightage for the optionals are 500 marks, GS weightage 1000 marks, essay weightage 250 marks. So out of this total 1750 marks of weightage, which is calculated for the selection of mains in addition to the qualifying subject, optional can play a big role in order to score between 250 to 320 marks. And these 250 to 300 marks can make a big difference in the overall ranking a student will get in the civil services examination. So with respect to optional, everyone will have the similar weightage, but when it is compared with this optional public administration, then the weightage apart from this 500 marks weightage, it will even help in the lot of overlapping with the general studies. Imagine if I tell you that there are optionals and some of these optionals can have weightage in the general studies. So any optional can claim we have a weightage in GS paper 1. Some optionals can claim we have weightage in GS paper 2. Few optionals can have a weightage in GS paper 3. And some optional may have a weightage in the GS paper 4. That is an idea. But imagine if it is told to us that there is an optional called public administration about which we are discussing, and this optional can help you in GS paper 2 with respect to 2/3 marks. Polity, constitution and governance. Plus social justice. That much weightage is there in the paper 2, except that international relations portion. This optional subject help you around 2/3 marks. That means approximately out of 250, 175 to 180 marks kind of weightage you can get from this public administration optional in the GS paper 2. Not just that, this optional even help you for GS paper 3 as well. Within the GS paper 3, we have topics like economics, So from this Indian economy's point of view, public sector undertakings, apart from that, budget, monetary policy, fiscal policy is also called budget, that is covered with the PubEd syllabus. Then disaster management and also security issues. These type of topics which will get a weightage, which overlapping with the PubEd, minimum 60 to 80 marks of these questions will be related directly to the syllabus of the public administration paper 2. And most importantly, the GS paper 4 ethics, its case studies. So within this part, it will cover around 180 plus marks. All 6 case studies you will answer from the point of view of an administrator, not as a common individual. So your answer according to administrative opinion will be considered as a correct answer. And in that context, this case study plus the theoretical subjects like right to information, citizens charter, NGO or civil society organization, civil service values, these type of topics are there within the PubEd syllabus as well as GS paper 4. And this is the reason why this entire thought process should be brought to your knowledge, that before you take a decision about choice of an optional subject, you should be clear that how this optional is going to help you in any GS paper. There are optional which may help you for just one paper, GS1. Some may help for GS paper 2. Some may help for GS paper 4. But no optional in the civil service exam can help you in 3 GS paper except the public administration. And that is why this optional can become a kingmaker. This optional can become a foundation to clear the civil services, all the 3 stages also in just one go. And that is observable with this type of overlapping. That means if you study the public administration optional, you are not reading it just for 500 marks. You are going to read this subject for, imagine, 180 plus 175 plus 60. That numbers are in addition to the weightage of 500. So if we study this PubEd as an optional for civil service exam, out of the 1750 marks of weightage, we will have approximately 900 plus marks of overlapping with the public administration syllabus. And that's why no other optional can have this type of advantages or benefits associated with the public administration optionals in civil services exam. Plus, every optional have a role in the mains only, but some optionals can even be beneficial for the prelims, and public administration is one of such optional. What does that mean? If we look for prelims, so even in the prelims, public administration optional will help you to answer polity questions, which are in the range of 10 to 15 questions. And out of these 10 to 15 questions, except that fundamental rights and DPSP part, remaining all union government, state government, local self-government, constitutional bodies, statutory bodies, all these type of topics we get in the PubEd syllabus. So out of these 10 to 15 questions, minimum 80% of the questions you can answer on the basis of your understanding of public administration optional. Plus, if there are questions from economics which are also usually in the range of 10 to 15 questions. So out of these 10 to 15 questions, 2 to 3 questions which are with respect to monetary policy, fiscal policy, they can be answered. That means 20% to maximum 30% questions in the prelims can be answered on the basis of your coverage of public administration optional. And that is why this optional is unique as far as the civil services examination is concerned. And when you develop your understanding of this optional, it will help you to develop administrative attitude which is required for a public servant. So being a public servant, you will work as a public administrator. And when you have to work as an administrator, imagine you learn the system, you learn the policy making, you learn the policy implementation, so you can become an asset for the government machinery and bureaucracy. And that is why those individuals who have studied this optional and today they are working as a public administrator, they have a good track record of performing better than any another optional subject candidates because of their insight into the mechanism of policy making and policy execution. Now, I will also discuss with you one more small idea that what this public administration optional syllabus consists of. So that whatever I have told you here in terms of this prelims and also in terms of the mains, that will get justified also, that no fake fabricated height claim can be made because everything should be based upon facts, everything should be factually supportive. And with that intent, let me just clarify with you the syllabus component of this optional. The public administration paper 1, this is with respect to administrative theories and concepts. And paper 2 is with respect to Indian administration. So two separate paper, one will be helping you to develop administrative skills. This we will develop on the basis of our understanding of paper 1. So within this portion of paper 1, we will understand some management theories. So even those candidates who have studied commerce, accountancy during their graduation, during their school, they will find it also comfortable. Those who are engineering student, who may have studied scientific management movement of F.W. Taylor in their initial years of engineering, even they will also find some thinker's name associated with their early studies. And even if we have not studied these subject at all, neither commerce nor the science, we may be coming from the medical field, we may be coming from any another humanities subject also. Even in that case, this subject is very generalized subject. And because of the generalization, it is easy to grab. It is easy to observe. Whatever is happening around us can be observed in the form of theories and concepts. Whatever government is doing, either union government, either state government or local self-government, will also become the part and parcel of this paper, paper 2 of the public administration. That's why within paper 1 understanding, we will develop theoretical concepts so that our administrative skills will be developed. Plus, within this paper 1, we have other portions like personnel administration. So this is like human resource management. We have portions like public policy. This public policy will help you also for the current affairs, government schemes, government programs also, and that is why we are able to say that our syllabus is having the overlapping with multiple GS subjects rather than just only one GS portion or two GS portions. Plus, within this paper 1 also, we have financial administration, from where we will learn the concepts with respect to budget, policy making, fiscal policy, monetary policy. All these type of terminologies are part of this portion. That's why paper 1 will provide you the foundation for an administrator, and paper 2 will provide you application, because whatever you will study here in a universal thought process, you will apply all those things within the Indian aspect. And when we go for Indian administration, so imagine constitutional values. Constitutional values, that is a part, plus it also have union government, state government, even local self-government, that is panchayats and municipalities. Panchayats, PRIs, and the municipalities, also called urban local bodies, that is there, and district administration, plus law and order administration, which will tell us about security issues, responsibilities of police, responsibilities of central paramilitary forces, role of ED and CBI, which is usually in the news so many times these days. So all those kind of ideas we get here in this portion of Indian administration, and also significant issues. Anything which is happening in the country as current affairs, current issues, can become part and parcel of this portion, significant issues, which also consist of disaster management. So the disaster management topic is part of significant issues. Security issues is a part of law and order administration. And within this paper, one more unit is there with respect to PSUs and planning. So imagine the role of Niti Aayog, role of old planning commission, how Niti Aayog is different from the planning commission. These kind of ideas will be part and parcel of this unit. Therefore, the entire syllabus of this paper 2 will help you in order to prepare yourself for polity, constitution, governance, GS paper 3 with respect to security, economics and the disaster management topic, and the GS paper 4 with respect to the ethics or civil services. So where we will study civil services, that is equally important. So imagine this part. Personnel administration, as I am using a term here, human resource management, it also deals with the concept of civil services. इन्हीं को ही we call the civil services. So this part is with the civil services, and exclusively civil services in India is also mentioned within the Indian administration. That is why there is a lot of overlapping within the syllabus of PubEd with any another general studies portions. Paper 2, 3 and 4, all the three have the weightage from public administration optional. That means this optional can become a backbone for your civil services preparation. And imagine when you develop your thought process from the point of view of an administrator, it is going to help you also in the stage of interview. So your opinion as an administrator will help you to fetch highest possible marks in the interview as compared to any another candidate. That is why this portion can be a kingmaker for the students who are opting for this optional. Is it? I hope that can simplify your doubts and confusions with respect to what is PubEd, what is the syllabus of PubEd, and how this PubEd optional can be useful in the general studies. Plus our classes, how they will help you. Now when we come to this part, that how our classes will help you, so within that context, when we become part of Vajiram and Ravi for the public administration optional, we will have the benefits of one, regular classes. Second, we have well researched study material. Plus, in addition to this, we also write within the class notes, so that later on you can use these class notes for your quick revisions. Plus, if any current issue has came, any new report has came, which is just during the year, we provide additional handouts. That means freedom from reading multiple books, because from multiple books we have prepared the detailed study material. From that study material and addition to the concept, we prepare our class notes. And then in addition to the class notes, if any report of commission, committee came, will become part of the handouts. Like for example, right now 16th Finance Commission has been appointed. So terms of reference of the 16th Finance Commission will be given to student in the form of handout, and the most important point of that will be part of your class notes. So as a result, with minimum efforts, you may achieve the maximum possible benefits. That is one benefit. Second thing, when you will be part of this PubEd, we will also include in this test. Let me clarify. Class test. So duration of this entire syllabus is usually 5 months. Within these 5 months, on a rough basis, 6 to 8 tests are going to be conducted. That means periodic basis, after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks, whatever topics have been covered by the faculty, on that basis we will conduct the test. And not just that, we have a regular assignment options. This regular assignment will help us in two ways. One, PYQs. The PYQs are also going to be part and parcel of the discussions in the classes, and on the basis of the PYQ, we can write our practice assignments. As a result, we will get the benefit of regular answer writing practices, and this thing will help us to make our preparation systematic and strategically useful. That is why this thought process was equally important, that how Vajiram and Ravi will be able to help you in your journey to make it easy, organized and smoother. Plus, as a student, it is also in the mind that what about the test series? Will it cover the test series? So, test series are not included within the course which we are providing for the optional subject. Test series, number of time it happened, the student have came here only for limited duration, just 5 months they were able to stay. After that they wanted to go back and they prefer not to follow the test or test series. So in that circumstances, this is optional thing. So if you want to be a part of test series, then preferences will be given to the classroom student to give them seat in the test series. Otherwise, if any outsiders are also willing, but still we give a preferences to the student who are our classroom program for the test series, so that they will always have the privileged position to write their test regularly and keep on improving their working. Is it? I hope these things will clarify about what is the PubEd optional, how we are going to cover it, what is the duration of this, and in how many months we can complete the program, and during the completion, what are the areas we are going to cover. Plus last information, and that is when is going to start and who can opt for PubEd. So the simple answer is anyone. Anyone from graduation is able to opt for this subject. If you have your professional degree, which can be in the form of medical, in the form of chartered accountants, or maybe from the law degree, from engineering one, even all these professional degree candidates are able to also opt for this. Is it? So anybody can opt for this public administration optional, and the scores within the optional, they can range between 250 to 320 marks. It all depends upon how organized answers you have written, plus how you have dealt with the requirement of the question. So in this way, you can think about optional subject public administration. For further details, you can please scan the QR code and identify all the details about the discussions we have just made in this video in detail. Plus, when the new batch is going to start, so the new batch is starting from 6th October 2024, and the timings will be 11 AM to 1:30 PM. 11 AM to 1:30 PM, that is the timing for the new batch, and you can scan the QR code to register yourself for the upcoming batch. The batch will get over in the 5 months. So most probably by the first week of March, the entire syllabus of the PubEd will be completed and you will be able to appear in your prelims with confidence, because portions of GS Economics, portions of PubEd will help you in the polity as well as economics portion. That is all for this small discussion. See you in the classes. Thank you.